You've been lied to. You were taught that strength is in the holding on, in the caring, in the relentless trying. But what if everything you believed about being a good person was secretly making you weak? What if the very thing you think is your humanity is the chain that keeps you locked in place? You spend your whole life trying to be enough for people, for places, for titles, for attention, for love. You shape yourself like clay in their hands, hoping the next version of you gets it right. The one that smiles more, gives more, tries harder, forgives faster. And yet, you still lose. You still feel empty. You still feel invisible. And deep down, you start to suspect the terrifying truth you're too afraid to say out loud. The more you care, the more power they have over you. Maybe you were never weak. You were just taught that strength comes from holding on, when in reality, power begins the moment you learn to let go. This isn't a New Age secret. Machiavelli didn't whisper this truth. He screamed it, not through words of comfort, but through strategies that cut like knives. He understood what most people never will, that indifference, when deliberate, isn't coldness, it's control. If you're ready to stop being manipulated, type "My peace is my power" in the comments right now. Let me see how many of you are done playing their game. If you're tired of being everyone's emotional puppet, if you're done dancing every time someone tugs on the strings of your guilt, your pride, your need for approval, then you have to learn the art of not caring. Not apathy, not laziness, but the radical ability to detach yourself from the emotional traps set for you. Most people are sleepwalking through this. They believe caring is the moral path, but look deeper. Caring too much makes you predictable, and predictable people are easy to control. Think about it. How easily can someone ruin your day? One sentence, one ignored message, one cold tone. You spiral not because they're powerful, but because you gave them power. You handed them the remote control to your emotions and didn't even notice. That's the silent trap. So I want you to ask yourself right now and be brutally honest. What do you care too much about? Is it how people see you? What your family expects? A friend who only calls when they need something? Your partner's silence that keeps you awake at night?
Now, ask the real question. How much of your energy is being drained by things that don't feed you? Here's the secret no one wants to admit. Caring is expensive. It costs you emotionally, mentally, physically. You only have so much energy. The more you spend on people who wouldn't lose sleep over you, the less you have for the things that actually matter. You want to be free? Then stop bleeding for people who wouldn't even give you a bandage. If you're realizing just how much of your energy has been stolen, I want you to comment, "I'm taking my energy back," right now. Make it public. Declare it. Real control isn't about being loud or violent. It's about mastering your own reactions. If you flinch at every insult, you're not in control. The real power is when someone tries to provoke you and you give them nothing. Not anger, not sadness, just silence, stillness. The kind of indifference that forces them to look at their own reflection. This is a deep rewiring. You have to stop expecting fairness from people who don't know the meaning of the word. Stop expecting closure from those who benefit from your confusion. Stop expecting respect from those who can't even respect themselves. They told you caring makes you human, but Machiavelli knew the more useful truth. Caring selectively makes you powerful. When you only care about what truly matters, your time, your values, your mission, you become untouchable. Not because you're numb, but because you're focused. The moment you stop chasing validation is the moment you start commanding attention. Detachment makes people uncomfortable. They can't predict you. They can't guilt you. They can't bait you. And here's the twist: they'll start chasing yours. You can't fake this. The shift happens when you internalize this. Not everything deserves your energy. Not everyone deserves a reaction. The world will call you cold. Let them. They will say you've changed. Say, thank you. They will try to guilt you for not being the person who bent over backward, who said yes when they meant no, who tolerated disrespect in the name of peace. But you are not here to keep the peace. You are here to keep your power. If you're ready to be called selfish and cold by people who benefited from your warmth, type "I am the storm" in the comments. Let's see who's truly unbothered. Stop measuring your worth by how much you sacrifice. Your ability to endure pain isn't proof of your goodness. It's proof you were willing to abandon yourself. And that's not noble. It's self-destruction dressed as virtue. So let me ask you the most important question. Who benefits from your caring? If the answer isn't you, then it's time to stop.
Your compassion, your sensitivity, in the wrong hands, their ammunition. The more you care, the easier it is for them to aim it right at your peace. This is how you break the cycle. You stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Let them talk. Let them twist your silence. The real power isn't in clearing your name. It's in not caring when they dirty it. This isn't about becoming cruel. It's about becoming immune. You've been programmed to react. It's time to rewrite the code. Start noticing what gets a rise out of you. What makes your stomach tighten? Those aren't random thoughts. They are coordinates. They show you where your chains are. If you can identify one chain you're ready to break today, comment "chain broken." Let's see how many people are freeing themselves in real time. The moment you start romanticizing your own peace more than you crave their chaos, everything changes. You see patterns with clarity, not bitterness. You see who only appears when they need something. This awareness brings detachment, the smart kind, not the bitter kind. There's a difference between giving up and letting go. Giving up is emotional and loud. Letting go is quiet, clear, and deliberate. This is Machiavellian indifference. When you let go of needing to be understood, you become harder to manipulate. When you let go of needing to be liked, you become harder to shake. People will call you harsh. Let them. In a world of emotional traps, a little coldness is survival. And here's the real transformation. When you stop caring the way you used to, you start caring the right way. You invest in your time, your vision, your legacy. You start playing the long game. And in the long game, detachment isn't a weakness. It's your greatest edge. This is how you win. Not by being louder
or nicer, but by being unmoved.
You don't argue with fools. You don't chase ghosts. You don't plead with the emotionally unavailable. You recognize the game and you stop playing. If you've ever wasted time trying to convince someone of your worth, write "no more begging" below. This is your line in the sand. Imagine a life where someone's insult doesn't stick, where rejection doesn't lead to self-destruction, where your success isn't defined by anyone's applause. That's what detachment brings, not numbness, but sovereignty. This shift doesn't happen overnight. It's a detox. You'll feel guilt. Your mind will beg you to go back to the old you. That's because you're not just breaking habits, you're breaking identities. But you are not here to be digestible. You are here to walk through the world unbothered, not because you don't feel, but because you've mastered your feelings. And when you master them, no one can weaponize them against you. People will test you. They'll poke harder, speak louder. Your lack of reaction is a threat to their chaos. So watch them fall away. The dynamic flips not because you fought harder, but because you stopped playing altogether. That's the ultimate lesson. You don't need to conquer people. You just need to become indifferent to the outcomes they dangle in front of you. The job, the apology, the affection. If they know you need it, they will use it. So starve the game. Get so grounded in your self-respect that nothing they give or withhold changes your state. That is real power, a quiet storm that cannot be moved. If you can feel this shift happening inside you, if your mindset is changing as you listen to this, type "I am reprogramming" in the comments. This is how we build a new foundation. So start today. Notice where you flinch, where you chase, where you over-explain. Those are the pressure points. Those are the strings. And you are the one holding the scissors. Cut them. Watch how light you feel. Watch how the noise fades. And watch how nothing and nobody can affect you the way they once did. Because when you stop caring in the way they trained you to, when you detach your peace from their chaos, their moods, their opinions, you become something they can't touch. This is the final step. If you are committing to this new path of power and peace, if you are choosing to be unshakable from this day forward, comment "I am free" right now. Let this be your declaration. You become free.